Awesome. So why don't you just kind of start by telling me a little bit about your history?
I originally injured my back in 91, and it was a work comp issue. So, no, 90, yeah, it was about 91. And then we had a long battle with work comp before they finally approved the first surgery. And the first surgery went with all kinds of hitches.
Do you mind me asking what kind of surgery it was?
It was L5 or L5S1.
Okay.
And fusion and fixation. Got in, had the fusion, fixation put into place, and I went back about a year later, and I was in worse shape than I was before the surgery. And
in what ways?
I was in more pain. I couldn't walk. My foot kept dropping. Yeah, it was just like I had another back injury.
Yeah.
And anyway, I went to the doctor, and he said, "Well, we got to go in and do it from both sides this time. It didn't fuse right." So they scheduled it and went back in and did another fusion, and they cut me open from the front and the back, fused me from both sides, and then put me in a great big plastic milk carton for a brace. This was the middle of summer, so it was really a joyous time. And got done with that. About a year and a half later, it was the same thing all over again.
Foot dropping,
Everything. I had more pain than I had before. The leg was losing control. Pain was all over. Then I go back in. In the meantime, the doctor had died from cancer, and his replacement lady ordered a CT with contrast, and I sat down with her before she had seen the CT, the first glance at it, and that was the first time I've ever seen a white lady turn white. Her skin actually changed color, and
because of looking at the
CT.
Wow.
And she goes, well, it looks like the next level up is bad. We're gonna have to fuse that. When do you want to schedule it? And I said, we're not gonna schedule it. And I said, I want to get another opinion. And I called my work comp attorney, and we set another one with a new doctor that was highly recommended.
And this was like in 96?
94.
94.
Yeah. And we went and seen a new doctor, and he ordered a new CT. And he goes, when did you originally hurt your back? I said, it was like 89, 90. And he goes, well, I hate to tell you this, but the first two fusions that you had, neither one of them fused. So the reason that lady's face turned color was I went through two fusions and they did absolutely nothing. So this doctor, he cut me I think he did both sides too. And after that, he goes, within 15 to 20 years, you'll probably need another fusion or the next level up, because it's just the way it is. Well, I got done with that fusion and everything was really good. He did a great job. 15, 20 years went past, and got close to 30 years before I got here. And then I was in so much pain again that work comp sent me to see Dr. Stark, or one of the doctors at United Hospital. And anyway, we put a spinal cord fusion or spinal cord stimulator in to start with to try and control the pain, I didn't want to have surgery, and I was looking at having a pain pump put in, and they says no, it's not an issue for that. So he says, you ain't gonna do that, let's put a spinal cord stimulator in. So we put a spinal cord stimulator in, and
How long ago was that? The
that
spinal
was
cord?
in 21,
Okay.
November 21,
Years ago.
somewhere in that area. And so that did absolutely no good. And so then we ended up doing the surgery L4, L5 to fuse that and put fixation in. And did the surgery. And as soon as the anesthesia wore off from the surgery, I am still so embarrassed to this point, but there's nothing I could have done about it. I was screaming in pain, and for 3 days.
Yeah, you didn't let me even come up and see it.
Oh my gosh, that must have been really bad.
I wouldn't let any of the family come out.
Oh.
And come to find out, they put a screw into one of the nerves. And so we're gonna have to move it. They moved it, but to this day, I don't think it's still clear. And then everything just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I just didn't trust them anymore. And I came over to see Dr. Coach. And I look back when I had the first surgery done, and that doctor said that, in 15 years, you're gonna have to look at above and below this next level for fusion. I remember him saying that. And this last surgeon that I had never once looked below the first surgery. And that's kind of where we're at.
Okay. Wow, I'm really sorry that you've had such a bad experience. You sound like you've just really been through the ringer. All these
Yeah, it's kind of a way of putting it.
Yeah.
You did not mention that you had the fixation taken out.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Then
Back in the early mid-90s.
yeah, the pain was so bad, and after, well, actually, Dr. Stark took it out.
I can believe it. I have editors upstairs.
The second set of doctors I had ended up taking out the fixation because there was still pain, but it wasn't as bad as what it was, but they took the fixation out.
Okay. So where are you at now?
I'm in your
regard to-
office.
Yeah, have you been seen, or have you had any other procedures since then, since you've come here? Or
Dr. Coach has had me do injections,
okay.
and then he diagnosed that the S1 or sciatic joint was bad, and that's where we're gonna go. And Dr. Abbasi said that he thinks we might have problems with 3 and 4, so we're gonna do imaging on 3 and 4 and SI.
Well, let's hope that we can.
Hopefully he can nail it, because I am so tired of living with this that
Oh, I know it. That's no way to live at all. I know.
all I want to do is sleep.
Because you don't want to be awake, yeah, for the
You
pain.
don't want to walk.
Don't want to
Yeah.
walk, can't even stand up and do dishes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, I'll see you in a few months and you'll be running. I'm just kidding. You'll be